Okay, very quickly, I don't have a lot of time. I have a meeting in less than an hour. This is my first attempt at, I think it's a Casa Makes way to mill wood. I'm just using a little chunk to test. This is ash, so it's really hard stuff. This was kind of green, but the tree was dead. Using Stihl 460 Magnum. I think it's ported as well. Which is way more saw than you should need using this method, supposedly, but for right now, that's what I'm using. I was gonna traditional mill with that saw. Anyhow, that's what we're doing. So the setup is, used a 2x12, mounted the 2x4 on the end, square to it, so the log is square-ish to the board. I tried trimming up the end pretty square. It's close, you know, just freehand pretty much. I put a screw in the end of, well, two screws. One's holding the log in place where I want to sliver off that piece, basically. And you can see I put a screw in that end, screw in this end, and then I used the ratchet strap to make myself a nice straight line. I measured in from the side, from this side on each end. Realistically, you should go from the center out. But again, I'm in a hurry, don't care that much, just want to try it. So let's see how this works. I'm going to use the side of the board as my vertical to get started. I'm going to make a cut down, I think, and then I'll use the sweep method, the swing method, to do the length. So let's see if this works. It's kind of variation on his method, but I mean, he gave me the idea and everything, so let's see. summer mode. It's pretty warm today. Okay, the strap, probably should have had it further away. You don't really, I mean, use it as a guide, but it's actually looking pretty good. See what he means, you can feel it. Kinda. Let's see if it'll start up again. She's hot though. That's not good. Uh-oh. That should be fairly sharp now. By the way, I had sharpened the big saw's chain right before I started, so I used a Granger kit on those. It should be good and sharp. Let's see if we can finish them. Finished up with that, I think. It started to toe out at the bottom. That's because this is a lot thinner chain and bar. But hey, look at that. Let's take it outside and show you. I'll get the. That looks pretty decent. And you know what? I think it'd be easier with a smaller saw, because with that big saw, it cuts so easy. It's hard to feel what you're doing. I think in his video he was using like a 30 or 40 cc saw, and that 460 Magnum's like a 70 cc. It's twice the saw. So yeah, it's hard to feel it. I suppose I could have gave it a half throttle, but this is my first time ever doing this, so I don't know. Look at that. Holy shit. Let's go for that's dead on. That's dead on flat. That's all I care about. It's got a slightly rough finish here, but again, I think with a lesser saw it would have been better, and I could just sand or plane this out real quick. I want to make this into just like a little bench seat kind of a thing, you know, put some things on the bottom. Oh, that is cool. We should try another one just with a little guy. Yeah. Let's just figure out how much we want. So I'm going to do, just put the, let's do 45 and 3. Yeah. And then, since the board is level-ish to us, we'll use that as our guide up here. We're going to put our screw right around there. Again, this doesn't have to be perfect. I think this is going to work. might even sharpen that a little bit. This is ash and it is pretty wicked on blades that you're milling. Well, that looks nice. Actually, that looks real good. That looks straight up and down from there. Man, if you can mill with this little saw, I mean, this is the smallest saw you'd want to use for anything. There's only a 16-inch bar, which, you know, this is about a 16-inch piece of wood. Alright. Okay, I want to explain something to you real quick. With this saw, it's a lot easier. I can feel the bar riding along this edge. You know, this side of my cut, I can feel it riding it. So the width of the bar is keeping the cut straight. Watch that side. I don't think I showed you that. I mean, that is incredible. Okay, let's shut her off. Holy crap. I don't know if you can see that. I need to get the light better here. Maybe. If I can. Friggin' extension cord is not long enough here. Now let's just spin it. Oh, it's heavy still. That's about a 60 to 70 pound chunk of wood right there. There you go. See that now? There. At the end of my extension cord. Look at that. That looks awesome. Ah, shit. We're running out of light here, folks. And I gotta get going. I just wanna show you somehow. Let's put it up here. Where do I have more light? God damn it. How do you try to do something? Ah! Okay. Okay, there it is. It's kind of. Look at that cut. I did better than the big saw, I think. Look how fucking level that is. That is straight and as an arrow. Let's try it this way. Yeah, look at that. Straight as a freaking arrow with a MS-170 and a powersharp. It works, friends. Shit. Now, of course, I still wouldn't recommend a 170 maybe. I'd maybe go a little bigger. You know, for one thing, you can only put a 16-inch or maybe an 18-inch bar on these. I think it's 16. So, geez, that's exciting. So I would go maybe a 250 or something so you could get a longer bar. Unless you're just going to be cutting really small stuff. That has good feel to it. Also, the bar would be wider on a bigger one, which would be nice. Like on my other one, the bar's wider. Alright, so I just held a 2x4 up to the end and marked my next cut for relatively 2 inches. I know 2x4s aren't 2 inches, but anyhow, that's just the slab I want. Doesn't look like it's quite up and down, so maybe I was cutting off to an angle. But we'll see. I mean, the boards are flat. That's all we really care about. What I'm going to try to do is follow this line on the end to give me the width, and at the same time follow the top. I'm going to do like this. Look it over the top. And I'm probably going to leave the line. That saw is dull. It's pulling to the right on the back edge. It's not going to be a straight cut. That's everything. It needs to be sharp. Maybe I can salvage that still, but I think it's going to be a shitty board. I don't think I'll be able to salvage that. Follow the cut I already have, so it's not going to be nice. I'm going to take the screws off because they're going to be in the way. Yeah, it pulls to the right there. That's why you need the sharp saw. And now it's cutting straight, actually. So I might have salvaged it. It looks pretty decent from here. I'm going to go ahead and sharpen it one more time, get like a 2-second pull, just because this is ash. That's one thing on these. I don't know if you'll be able to see this, but if you look at your sharpening stone, you can see how flat it is. You should always flip it, so you're not always sharpening with the same spot. It's hard to remember where you did it last, so put it down on the ground or whatever the way you did it, and then you pick it up and you flip it. Hopefully. Okay, this is actually pretty cool. I'm going to bring you over. I marked the backside with the same board, so you'll be able to watch it come out at the end here, I think. This will be pretty sweet. It looks like I did straighten it up. So that's really cool, and I was just eyeballing it. so far. This is pretty much the whole 16-inch bar. We're almost through. It's also kind of dangerous with this short bar because you can see I'm pulling out the end really easy. I think I might sharpen it once more. See what my teeth look like. Yeah, they're starting to round a little. From my eye from up here, that actually looks pretty good. We do have that bad spot in the log because we did have a dull saw and it did pull its chain to the right side there and took kind of a divot. We were able to salvage it, I think. You can see this a little better. I bring the light over here. Whew. That's another thing that sucks about that short bar. Having to bend over constantly. Let me grab the light here. You see that? Where it veered off. The chain pulled it that way. So, but I think our piece might be flat. If you look downer. Let's put it out on the table while we still got some light. And I'll grab the straight edge and we'll see how it turned out. So that's the cut side. Well, I mean, they're both cut sides, but that's this cut. Okay. See that all right? Let's see. Flat all the way across. I was able to eyeball it and fix it. Now, again, I'm cutting. Let me get the saw. Or actually, let me get I'll get my sheath for my big saw. Okay, so when I'm cutting, I'm pulling the side of the bar, this side, against the piece I'm cutting off. You could probably do it the other way too, but that's how it feels right to me. So I'm pulling against this, so the bar contacting this is what's giving me my flatness. And God, it's flat. Look at that. There's no issues whatsoever. There's shits in the way here. Look at that. Flat. That is awesome. Let's check the other side that we did yesterday. Look at that. It's dead flat. As long as your chain is sharp, it does a nice job.